Let's go over my post-patch 5 archetypes to avoid in Dynasty College Football 26. If y'all enjoyed this content, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Ebook down below. It got the spreadsheets for everything. It got everything you need to know about Dynasty tapping. Also, if you want to see anything on there, just let me know. So let's start off hot. And one archetype I got to talk about that I really do not like, man. It's going to be, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be the backfield creator, man. Like, coming out of high school, they are not good. They're not good compared to the pocket passer and the athlete dual threat, man. The regular dual threat is okay. The athlete dual threat is phenomenal, especially when you do the method and you're able to get them at, you're able to find the gym instantly. You're able to find the gym, the best quarterback in the whole entire draft, whole entire recruiting class instantly in this game, which is a little bit cheesy, but is what it is. Now let's look at this guy. This is supposedly the 5-star version of the backfield creator, and look at these attributes, man. Subpar, bro. There's nothing special about these guys. This is the 5-star version. 4-star version, even worse as expected. The accuracy is better on this one, not amazing. The medium accuracy seems to always lag behind. That's one thing about these guys, that medium accuracy, even as they develop, it seemed to lag behind. Another one here, he looks better, with a little bit more speed, a little bit more throw power. But the athlete quarterback and the pocket passer, in my opinion, just better. You'll have pocket passers coming in with more speed, more throw power, and more accuracies. I guess the selling point for this archetype is the abilities. You do get mobile Deadeye, which is the only archetype to get this ability, which is pretty solid. But it's like, is it really worth it? Now, the 3-star version is the one I'm going to say avoid for sure, man. The 3-star version of these, some of these guys look really bad, man. Especially when you could just go get you an athlete 3-star quarterback that is going to be way better. This one, 82 throw power, low speed, low medium throw accuracy. Like, he got to sit 3 years before he's usable. And this is a gem. This is a gem version of the quarterback, 79 throw power, 78 speed. Now, the issue with the throw power being so low, it is so expensive to upgrade throw power. As you know, it costs like 11 bare minimum. It usually costs like 13 to upgrade that throw power, and you got to upgrade it a good 4 or 5 times to even get it into a usable spot. So these backfield creators, I really do not like them, man, especially at the 3-star level. I will avoid them at all costs, man. Another one here, 83 throw power, 77 speed. I just think they're the worst of, the 3 quarterbacks. And obviously the pure runner, also not a great archetype, but at least they play a role, in my opinion, man. You want to run a running offense, you want to do the option, you want to just have fun. They play a role. I don't really see the role for these backfield creators, man. I just think it's one of the worst out of the 3. And obviously you will have some backfield creators that become phenomenal players in your class, and you could get one that's phenomenal on your team. I'm not saying avoid them completely. It's just better options. If you get a 4-star gem, 5-star gem, 3-star gem, I don't know. Y'all see what them 3-star gems look like. But just not my favorite, man. Like I said, you do get the mobile Deadeye, which is the only archetype to get that ability, which is pretty good. Also, pull down off platform is another pretty good ability that a lot of people like. That this archetype is the only one that gets it. So it's definitely useful. Even on time is another solid ability. But it's like the attributes coming out of high school is brutal compared to the pocket passer and then also the athlete quarterback. When you look through your class, like, just look at the best quarterbacks in the nation, you'll see these guys, these backfield creators not getting as high in overall. And it's because, well, they want to upgrade that throw, or they have to upgrade that throw power because it's starting off a lot lower than the other 2 quarterback archetypes. So, you see the best one right here, 89 overall. You got to go down quite a while. And some of these other guys are, up into the 90s. Best backfield creator, 89. Your next one also is going to be around the same overall, 90, So these guys are just not developing quite as well. And like I said, I think it's because they really got to upgrade that throw power, and it's so expensive for it to get up there. So when it finally do get up there, maybe some of the other stats are lagging behind. So it's unfortunate, but the backfield creator just don't love them. So my next on the list to avoid is gritty anything. And I know it's a community out there that love the gritty possession, tight ends, receivers. They can be good, man. They can develop to be pretty good. I've seen it. You can get them to be pretty good. You can get the speed up there. This is what a 4-star look like. And that catching traffic is pretty good. Also, the sure hands. That is a good ability. That is good. Now, my issue is like 6'2", 199 pounds, 83 speed. It's like, damn, I feel like I should be getting a big body tight end, also coming in with more weight and maybe even more height more consistently, and you're not getting that. You know, you do get a 6'5" guy here, 195 pounds. He got 79 speed at receiver. He's a 3-star. You know, a 3-star version of these I think really gets brutal. You know, I would do a 4-star for sure. And these guys obviously can block very well. This is probably gonna be your best blocking tight end, or excuse me, receiver in the game. And they do play a role, especially on a run-heavy offense. I just think you should avoid them. If you don't run that type of offense, I think you should avoid them, man. I think it's better tight ends, better receivers and tight ends out there, other than this gritty possession. And like I said, sometimes they do get pretty good, but more times than not, you can avoid them. And they are better post-patch, man. Before the patch, I don't know what we was thinking, man. Like, they couldn't upgrade their run blocking whatsoever, both the tight end and the receiving version and the receiver version. And that made no sense because their whole concept is like supposed to be blocking almost. So I'm glad that's fixed, but it's still not ideal because to upgrade the blocking, you now have to upgrade their power, which is super expensive. You already know, for them to get stronger, more powerful, that costs so much, 10 plus coins. If they would have put it with IQ, maybe it would have been a lot better, because then it's like IQ is usually cheap to upgrade and it will also impact their overall more. So you'll see these guys not getting super high in overall. Occasionally a guy will get up there, but more times than not, they're not getting that high in overall. I don't think the archetype complete trash. I think if you can, and you definitely can, you probably should avoid him. And you do see some like this, man. You see here, you know, gritty possession, you know, and he's solid across the board. 95 overall, the speed 87 is good enough. It's not great, but it's good enough. And then the catching is also fairly good. Like, he looks pretty good. Route running amazing on him. And he's a good player for sure. Break tackle 96, but that's going to be the only guy you see up there that's really that great. So another one here is 6'5", 89 speed. He's also solid, but it's like far in between these gritty possessions getting up there and overall. You have a lot more of the other archetypes getting better. And like I said, they have a role, they play a role. I just don't think they're worth it when you can get Calvin Johnson type receiver. Like, for online league, it's gonna be brutal, man. I can just see guys now using this physical route runner and just manually progressing them to be Calvin Johnson every single time. Because like, you can just get the speed up there crazy. They come in tall, great catching, the best abilities for a receiver in the game. And, you know, this is obviously not a physical route runner glaze video, but it's like, damn, why would I go at the gritty possession when I could get the same, or I get much better everything, and, you know, I'm not losing out on much. The next archetype I think you should avoid is going to be the gap specialist. I think they need a major buff, man. So, you know, the whole thing about this archetype is supposed to be a run stopper, and they don't even get their run stopping abilities, man. Like, they will never, unless you manually progress them, you could maybe get them up there, but more times than not, they don't even get the inside disruptor and the outside disruptor because it's the 88 requirement on block shedding. And you see here a guy like this, who is the best gap specialist in the whole entire nation, by the way, best one out there. You know, look at his ratings. His run stopping ability is almost maxed out, and his block shedding is only at an 85. It's like the block shedding starts way too far, and they need to damn near max it out to even get it to the threshold of 88. Compared to other archetypes, you know, preferably the edge setter, their archetype just comes in with much higher block shedding coming out the jump. You see a guy like this, you know, 6'4", 263 pounds. Is he a little bit too light for a D tackle? Probably. But it's like, if I move him there, you know, I'm getting 99 block shedding, which is very, very good. But the important part is I'm getting inside disruptor and I'm getting outside disruptor. Two very, very good run stopping abilities. It's like, am I willing to sacrifice some maybe strength and also maybe some weight for these two abilities and way better block shedding? So I think it's really something to consider. These guys also get grip breaker if you get enough strength on them. I just think these guys, these edge setters, are way better run defenders than the gap specialist D tackle. And then also, you can even go the pure power route and just run them at D tackle and have them be run defenders, because they also get grip breaker. Same with their own power rushers. They also get grip breaker, which is a very, very good run stopping ability. And these gap specialists, I just think they're so underwhelming, man. It's like, damn, what are we doing? What are we doing? And you can see here, we'll sort by, we did this 1,000 times, sort by the best D tackles and just sort by block shedding. Your highest block shedding for a D tackle is 87 currently in this league. That's ridiculous. 87, and not one of them are gap specialists. Highest gap specialist, block shedding wise, 85. Go over here to edge rushers, you'll see multiple guys way past the 90s, 99, 97 on the block shedding. And then also good strength. You're not sacrificing that much strength. So it really don't make sense how these D tackles that weigh 340, don't have any block, or I shouldn't say any, don't have block shedding compared to the edge setters. So the next archetype I think you should avoid, and before y'all get all mad, because I know y'all love this archetype, I'm going to say the raw strength only at tackle. Only at offensive tackle. Left tackle, right tackle. I think you should avoid them, and this is why. So you come over here to scout them. There's some 4 stars, and these guys are pretty good. They're supposed to be your best pretty much run blocker in the whole entire game. And that and the agile pretty much going to be your best run blockers in the game. But look at the pass block finesse, man. 67. That will never change on these guys. That will never change. 67 is going to be that guy run blocking or pass blocking finesse for his entire career. And that's a 4-star version. This guy's a gem. 64. That's never going to change. Another 4-star. 65. You get down to the 3 stars, you get into the low 60s. This guy, 60 pass block finesse, and that'll never change. You might be asking, what do the pass block finesse do? That's directly countered by pass rush finesse. And the thing about, these tackles, left tackle, right tackle, they're on the island, and most times, at least it's 50-50, they're going up against a finesse rusher who probably has a lot of speed and a lot of finesse moves, and that's a direct counter for these right tackles, left tackles, raw strength guys, man. They cannot go against a speed rusher. And coming off the edge, a lot of times you're going to go against a speed rusher. So you're wondering why your left tackle, right tackle getting cooked. It's because this ability can never upgrade and they're bad at it. So let's look at the best left tackles in the nation here, man. And let's come down here to your highest raw strength and come over here to the, pass block finesse 6'9". Not ideal. Definitely not ideal. The run block finesse could upgrade, but the pass block finesse does not go up. We're able to go down. The next one, 68. Also pretty bad. 68 once again. You'll consistently see these guys 65, 68. And let's come in here and look. When they're upgrading, their pass blocking is literally not an option to upgrade the run block finesse. Like, you see the pass blocking power, or the pass block finesse. It's not in there at all. Pass block power, pass blocking, then pass blocking power once again. Is no option to upgrade the finesse for the pass blocking. For the run blocking, it's in there so that it can upgrade. And the reason that's important for the tackles is because, like I said, you're probably, a lot of times you're going up against a speed rusher at tackle, and you're on the island. You're not getting much help. Inside, I suggest having these guys play, interior of the offensive line, because that finesse does not matter as much. So just keep that in mind, man. I think these guys are still very useful just in the interior of the offensive line. If you want to tackle, left tackle, right tackle, agile, pass protector, or well-rounded is going to be what you're looking for. And the last archetype I personally do not like, even though they can be very, very good, man. You get a guy like this, 97 overall, 5'9", demon. The one issue, catching traffic never improves for these elusive route runners, man. They improved, or they fixed the archetypes for every single position, every single receiver, tight end. When it comes to catching traffic, could now improve, except for this archetype. So before the patch, the physical route runners, when you look at hands, catching traffic was not in there. It looked like this, where you could only upgrade the catching. And now this is the only archetype that can never improve their catching traffic. And I have an issue with that when you compare it to the route artist receiver, which is pretty much the same exact archetype as the elusive route runner, the only difference is they have way better abilities. They have cutter, and they also get the sure hands ability, which needs catching traffic. So you're kind of getting the same exact archetype. Catching traffic is the requirement, and now this archetype could actually improve the catching traffic and spectacular catch. And it's like, damn, like, why would I ever go at the elusive route runner unless they interested in me? You know, maybe they're a 4-star gem. But catching is in such a weird spot in this game where it's like, yo, if a receiver gets hit, it feels like they drop the ball way too often. And having low catching traffic, probably not helping that. You know, probably not helping that. So like I said, these guys develop. They get high in overall. They're good players. It's just the catching traffic and the spectacular catch not being able to upgrade whatsoever is an issue. I feel like that should not be the case. And, you know, catching 96, but catching only max out at 80 for these guys. It's just whatever it starts off at. So this one started off at 79, which is not bad to start off as a freshman, but it's never going to move. Now, when you get down to the 3-star version of this build, because all the guys up there in overall is obviously 4 stars and 5 stars. When you get to the 3-star, they're catching traffic it's starting at like around 74. And now it's like, yo, I'm in trouble. You know, 74 catching traffic. Don't get it done, you know, especially when every other archetype can upgrade their catching traffic and get up into the 80s and 90s. So I will avoid these guys, man. I will avoid these guys and just go with the route artists, way better attributes and way better abilities. Oh, that is my list, man. Y'all, please let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know y'all archetypes to avoid. Let me know what I'm tripping on. Check out the ebook membership down below. Other than that, I appreciate y'all boys, and we on to the next one.